Hi everybody, welcome back to another edition of Friday Night Live. I'm Dr. Daria Gaffreport and I'm super glad that you're here to join me. And today I've been thinking about change, the topic of change. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about that because it feels like life can be a true whirlwind and there can be a lot of chaos going on. And that chaos can actually, sometimes it can feel bad, but we can also make it recognize that it can be good. It's just that sometimes change happens really fast, especially when we're asking for it and when we're ready for it. And so I thought I would address that bit about when we are asking for change, we're wanting for things to go better for us, and then things happen all around us. Let's be ready to find the good things that are happening, because it can be really tempting to overlook the good things and to just go into overwhelm. And so I speak from my experience a lot, and so I've had one of those kinds of weeks. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about that. Hey, those of you who are joining, give me a thumbs up or say hello or give me some hearts. Let me know you're here, and I'm so glad that you're here joining. I thought I would talk a bit about change today, and I've had one of those weeks where it's just like ton has gone on, just a lot of activity. Feels like it's been like week after week after week that goes on, and it's everything that I can do to just take a breath. There, I'm getting some hearts across my screen, thank you. Take a breath and just be present and let it all roll, and find the good things that are happening and all of that. And I'll get a little bit more specific. Today was just one of those days where it was a really good day. It was a really good day. Like I've shared with you before, I really love my work. I love what I do, and I'm here at my office again today. And however, I've been dealing with some equipment issues. And the synchronicity is pretty amazing with how things have fallen into place. And in one sense, it feels like it's been a bit of a roller coaster ride for me, because it's like, things are going really well, and I'm revved up, and I'm trying to keep up with everything, and I'm excited, and I'm happy, and I love the support that's all around me, and I love all my friends that are around me, and I have really strong personal connections with people, and that's really, really rewarding. And I feel like I'm up-leveling. I'm continuously up-leveling, and I think that's a good thing, and I think that it's natural for us as humans to want that, because we're just growing, right? Like every day we're growing, and we don't know what to expect from life. But what we hope for is that we keep learning from our experiences, and what we've learned helps us feel like we're doing better the next time an experience comes along that might be similar. And that's just part of the normal learning and growth process. So it's kind of exciting when you see that that's happening. And so it just feels like the floodgates have opened to like excitement and really good things happening, and I'm trying to keep up with that energy and having a good time with it. And then, boom, something happens. And it feels like, boom, what? It feels like it's a gigantic big deal, because everything has been going so smoothly and so quickly. And so what happened was on Wednesday, I'm getting all my days mixed up here. Yes, it was on Wednesday. On Tuesday, I started noticing the quality of this bit of equipment reducing. So my suction, if you can imagine going to a dental office and the suction not working quite as well. So it was tolerable, but I thought, well, I need to do this, I need to do that. I was figuring through some of the maintenance steps that I figured that we needed to do. And then I forgot about it. And the next morning comes along, and then we're like, the suction's not working very well at all. And I thought, okay, so I went through the troubleshooting steps. Meanwhile, we're trying to see our patients and do what we normally do, right? And so I'm trying to see, how can I balance all of this? And then I find out, wait, it's not just one room, it's the other room too. So the further troubleshooting, I figure out what's the source going on. And then I was just like, I can't do this, I need help. And I was just keeping my fingers crossed. I hope help can come now. And so I told my treatment coordinator, who's been standing in as my assistant as well, she's been awesome, Leonora, and I said, we need to call Mark. Can you do that? And she's like, yes. I said, tell him it's urgent. And she said, okay. She gets off the phone and she goes, he'll be right here. Like, he's right in the neighborhood. I'm just like, what are the chances? Because he's not often in right? Like he'll be in San Francisco and we're in San Rafael, so that's a bit of a distance. Within like 3 minutes, he walked into the door. Yes, like that's good, right? That's good synchronicity. That's like good rhythm. And so I was like, okay, just keep finding the good things that are going on, because he said, well, he figured out what was going on and he needs to order a part. That means that it can't be fixed today. And so I was like, okay, well, I got help right away, even though it's not immediate, I have to wait on that. And what happened was all of my patients that day were awesome. They're really, really great and understanding. And we just made light of it, and we're just like, okay, it's going to be old school today. You're going to have to spit in a cup. And I was just shaking my head at myself like, I can't believe that this is what we're doing here. But it worked out fine. Everyone had good humor about it, and no big deal. Nobody minded. And that was really heartening for me to realize that it's like, people are awesome, you know, and they're willing to roll with things when you're willing to roll with things. So I'm asking for change, I'm asking for up-leveling, for upgrading, and what happens? My equipment goes down, but it's time for it to be maintained, and it's time for it to be improved. So I'm asking for that. I just didn't know I was specifically asking for that, right? So I just thought, all right, I'm just gonna roll with it. This is a good thing. Things need to be taken care of. Things need to be repaired or replaced, you know. And so we get a call back from the equipment guy, and he says, look, I ordered a part, it's gonna come to you tomorrow morning. And I went, wow, I can be here tomorrow morning before I go to school to teach. I can do it, I can make it happen. So I put a note on the door for the delivery guy when I'm gonna be here, because he said, guaranteed delivery after 10:30. Cool, I can do that. You know, like, it's a long day at school into the afternoon and night, so I didn't want to get here before 10:30, but all right. He said it takes a little bit longer to deliver because it's next day air. So I get here, and lo and behold, there's a UPS sticker that says, sorry we missed you, we'll deliver again tomorrow. And I'm like, no, no. And I went, okay, do I panic or what? And I just went, get into action, call UPS. And the interesting thing is that that person on the other end, she was great. First, she kind of had, it's like triaging, you know, she had to really assess what was the importance of this. So at first I was getting, sorry, we can't reach the drivers. They don't carry telephones on them. And so I'm thinking, there's gotta be a way to reach drivers, come on now. And so, you know, we kept talking, feeling what the situation was. And finally she was like, well, what is it? Can I ask? And I said, listen, I can't function tomorrow seeing my patients unless this bit of equipment comes. And my equipment guy is going to come. I'm not even going to be at the office. He's got the key to my office. He's going to fix it. Like, I explained it to her and she got it. And she said, I can call the supervisor who can reach the driver. Cool. So the driver is going to come on back, and I'm praying, please let the driver come before I go to school. And I was just like, okay, let go of it. Don't worry, because what's the worst? Okay, I might have to be late to school. I'd like to not. But I just got into another calm. Like, every time I got revved up, I got into a calm, and it allowed for the next step to happen. What was the next step? I thought, I need to leave the key with my next door neighbor. So I went to a doctor's office. And there's beauty in this that I'm about to share with you. So I went over to just kind of briefly explain, the dentist's wife is up at the front, and I explained to her what was going on, and she was just like, you know, don't worry, everything's going to be fine. I said, yes, I know everything's going to be fine. Right now I'm just trying to figure out how to make things work. Is it okay if I leave the key with you? Blah, 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 blah. And she was like, yeah, absolutely. She said, but you know what? She said, we're not here on Fridays. You know, if it doesn't work out, just use our office to see your patients. I was almost in tears. Like, just use our office to see your patients. Like, what a generous offer that was. And she was like, we don't offer that to people. But, you know, she could tell that I was in a situation there. And, I so appreciated that. So like, I'm asking for change, I'm asking for good things, and a difficult thing happens, but meanwhile, I'm finding these awesome things that go on, like that generosity of spirit. And even though it didn't end up happening that way, it made me feel so good. It meant the world to me that someone was so supportive. And she didn't ask the doctor permission for that, you know, but I knew that it would work out. And even if it turned out that maybe I did need to use their office space, he would have been totally great with it, because he would have wanted to help me in the same way that I would want to help somebody else. So I'm pointing these things out because I think it's important that we can, even if we feel ourselves like, oh no, everything's going wrong. Like it felt like everything was going wrong, right? Like I listened to that thought that I had, and I was just like, no way, you can't go down that rabbit hole. You got to stop now, because I want to keep up leveling, and I know that if I want to do that, if I'm going to do that, I have to like listen to my own advice. You know what I mean? So yay! Thanks, whoever's giving me thumbs up and hearts. Thank you. And so that was the story. So I come back to the office and I'm waiting, and I'm like, that's fine. I've got emails to send. I've got things I need to do. And the UPS guy shows up. So I was told you're going to get a call from the super. Phaedra, oh, hi. I love you too. I miss you. It's been so long since I've seen you. Oh my God. Like we haven't seen each other since like we were children. Oh, thank you for being here. That's so sweet. Oh my gosh. So, see, now my heart is swelling. How neat. I'm so glad that you're here. Gosh, we go way back. Like our parents, our dads go, well, anyway, there's a really nice connection there. So, extended family. Yeah, so those are things that I was talking about. So the UPS guy comes and, you know, it turned out he put his sticker right on top of my sticker that said, I'll be here. You know, he's like, but you're not here on Thursdays. And I was like, yeah, okay. So, note to self, some people don't read what's right in front of them. It's okay. They're on their own track of what seems normal for them, and something was out of the normal that I left a note. You know, it's okay. It all worked out. He was great, and he came back, you know, to help out. So, it's just, I'm just kind of talking about things that like, we can perceive that things are going wrong, especially when we're wanting good things to happen, we're wanting change. So we just have to recognize that it can look different from what we expect it to look like. And when we have that understanding, then we'll find it, we'll see it, you know. And so I didn't feel dismayed, you know. It's like my energy dropped for a little bit because I thought, oh boy, it never stops. There's never a dull moment. There's always something going on, right? But then I was able to switch that. It's like I got into like observation mode, so that I was just observing myself, feeling a little stressed, and I just went, it's okay. Like I just told myself, it's okay. It's going to be okay. What's your next step? What are you going to do to get to that next better step? And then I had the answer. So sometimes we just have to ask ourselves, what are you going to do next? And then we get it, you know, and sure enough, we'll come through for ourselves, you know, just in the same way our good friend or family would come through for us too. In the same way that my neighbor would have come through for me if I really, really needed it. And so we get to work today, and you know, because I got the text message, he said, the pump is fixed. There's a crack in something else, but the pump is fixed. And I was like, okay, well that tells me I'm good to go. Well, we go to work and we were not good to go. The suction was not working. So I was just like, oh boy, here we are again, and I really need the suction today. Like I can't just ask someone to spit in a cup, you know. And I tell you, I was praying. I was just like, please let this go okay. Please let this go okay. You know, as I'm working, and it was challenging, but it ended up being okay. And there was a simple temporary fix once our equipment guy was able to come back in the afternoon. We made it through the morning somehow. Again, really great, patient people. And I realized that it's like, if I want someone to be good to me, I need to be good to them. If I want for someone to be relaxed and like want for things to go okay and allow for things to go okay, and in my case, I'm talking about my patients, when I know that they're challenged already, there's also like specific stories I'm not going to get into, but I understand a lot of what people go through and how having dentistry done is often difficult for them. So I get that, and I thought, how can I help this go better? And I just realized that it's like, if I let him know I understand, I'll bet it'll go more smoothly. Not that it wasn't going super smoothly, it's just that I felt like I was bending over backwards just to make it go okay, and that hurts the body. Like literally, figuratively, it's just like, whew, this is going to be a long day, you know, like what can I do? And I just really appreciated him. And I shared with him, I was just like, you're doing so well. I know this isn't easy for you. Thanks so much for your patience with this. I'm going to give you a rest again. Let's keep giving your jaw a rest. Like I was thinking everything that I can come up with, that I can do, so that he felt like he was being cared for and that even though he might have had a mental game going on, because we all do, if I could insert enough words in there, enough compassion, I could maybe distract him from what mental game might have been going on. And then it all ended up being okay. And in the end, he was really appreciative. He's like, thank you, doctor. Thank you so much. And I was like, oh, God. You know, because kind of things there kept being stumbling blocks. And I just kept going, it's okay. It's going to be okay. I'm going to get through this. We're both going to get through this. My equipment is going to get taken care of. And it will, you know. And then we got a quick fix for it. So it's hanging in there better than it was ever before in a long time. And so I think you're maybe getting my message. Leave a comment or ask a question if you're wondering if you missed anything I was talking about, or if you have an example to share for yourself about something else that you've gone through. But I hope that this has helped you out. I just wanted to, I think that it's important when we can share our own experiences and stories. I think it helps each other, it helps one another out in ways that we don't necessarily understand, that we can't think of. In the same way that I didn't think that I was going to find like such a strong connection with my next door neighbor, and yet there it was. What did it take? It took a stressful situation, or a potentially stressful situation, to move me into action and to ask for help. And then for somebody, I asked for this much help. Can I leave my key here in your office? And she offered this much help. You know, if you need to use our office, you can use it. You know, it's like we have that much mutual trust, you know, from being good people. They're awesome people. So yeah, I just wanted to share that as part of my Friday Night Live. So I love that you're here with me. And Fedra, thank you so much for showing up, and love to your family and your boys. And yeah, and to everyone else who's watching, I know a lot of you are watching on the replay. Thanks so much for being here. You'll find me on YouTube if you search me out on YouTube, Dr. Daria Gaffarpour, the Gentle Dentist. And if you can subscribe to that channel, I think you'll get notifications, or at least when you tune into YouTube, you'll see it going on there. Thank you. And then, and here on Facebook, go ahead and like my page if you haven't done that already. And if you'd like to get notified when I'm going to be live next, you can go to the following section, to the notification sections, and select be notified of all videos, not just the suggested ones. And that's how you'll be sure to get a notification. You'll see where I'm here on Friday, or these days on Sunday afternoons too. So thanks so much. Leave a comment for me. Share this message, share this video to others that you know that you think might benefit. And I'd love to see you back here another time, and have an awesome night, morning, afternoon, wherever and whenever you are. And talk to you later. Bye.